Wendy Fitzgerald joins us to tell us about the York County 4-H Endowment. Good morning, Wendy. How are you?
I'm fine, Gary. Thank you for having me this morning, and we're very excited to have the 4-H Endowment Fund spotlighted this morning.
Well, we're very happy to do that, and you have over 500 kids here in York County who are part of this, who are looking to have skills that are going to for a lifetime. And I think for a lot of people, when you hear the word 4-H, it always had kind of an agricultural thing attached to it, raising cattle or raising sheep or something like that. But you become so much more with the York County 4-H Endowment. Tell us about what you do now and how it's really expanded over the years.
We have expanded. Of course, our roots are in agriculture, and we still are very active in that respect. However, we've really moved into some more urban areas. There's a huge urban outreach now, and we have met over 500 members, as you said. We have about 140 volunteers in the county, and they give over 14,000 hours a year in volunteer time. We've moved into science programming. We've partnered with other youth organizations. And, of course, community service still continues to be a very large part of what our 4-H members are giving back on a yearly basis, if not monthly.
I know one of the things a number of things you try to do, you're focusing on citizenship. You're focusing on healthy living, science, engineering, and technology programs. I mean, it's so much more now. And again, when people look at farming, I think there's a lack of appreciation sometimes for all the science and technology that goes into farming in the present day tense, right?
Exactly. We have a lot of 4-H graduates that have moved on into college programs where they're science-based programs, and a lot of 4-H alum have moved into the agricultural aspect, but a lot of them have done the science and technology and the engineering programs, and they're out and doing things now in the community as adults that are well beyond the agricultural piece. So 4-H really does provide an outstanding background for the youth of tomorrow.
We're talking with Wendy Fitzgerald this morning of York County 4-H Endowment. And Wendy, one of the things that I've often talked about in our show is that we have to be great transmitters of America. We have to be great transmitters and custodians of our traditions. And I think one of the wonderful things that 4-H is doing here is to provide experiences where young people are learning by doing, and you pass on a lot of these things that have helped to make our country a great country. I think that's something that people need to know about as well.
You're absolutely right, Gary, and I'm very pleased to hear you say all of those things. It's kind of taken away some of my talking points, but we are creating the leaders of tomorrow in the foundation, and our 4-H members have those core values of leadership, citizenship, and healthy living, and they really are promoting that, and we're really establishing that with a lot of the clubs that we have in the county. There's over 30 clubs. There's also some special interest clubs, and a special interest club really is just for kids that have an interest in that topic, be it science or technology or engineering, and they just do a real quick project with that. And then sometimes that leads them on to other things, and it leads those youth into exploring other topics or other avenues where, they might not have thought about it before. So it's kind of exciting to see what our youth here in the county are able to find and the opportunities that they have. We have 3 outstanding extension educators through the York County Extension, and thankfully the York County Commissioners have funded those positions, and we're very grateful to those extension educators. They really go above and beyond for our kids. It's absolutely amazing the time and dedication that they put forth to the members in our 4-H program here in York County.
If you go to givelocalyork.org and you search for the York County 4-H Endowment Fund, you'll see the name come up, and then you can go in and get a profile. It's interesting as we move up to the big give on May 1st, what your donations to the York County 4-H Endowment could do. Talk a little bit about that, Wendy, and what the donations will be used for in terms of pushing the program ahead?
Well, we would appreciate any and all donations in any amount, of course, just like any organization would. Our donations would be used towards furthering the education and participation events that would be available to the youth. One of the things that we like to be able to provide for our youth members is the ability to go to other places, either on the state level or the national level, and provide them an opportunity to do that. A lot of times it can be very cost prohibitive. So one of the things that the endowment helps with is to offset those costs. So we're able to help kids go to an overnight camp or a day camp if there's a cost affiliated with that. And our teen counselors who are there to mentor the younger members are, those pieces are paid for. So the endowment goes right back into the kids, and it really helps the program grow, and it enables us as volunteers to be able to do more for the members at large and for the community in general.
4-H has welcomed young people of all beliefs and backgrounds for over 100 years, and so here's a chance to give kids a voice to express who they are and how they make their lives and communities better. Wendy Fitzgerald, thank you so much for talking about the York County 4-H Endowment this morning. Just one of the many nonprofits and groups that could benefit by you getting involved in the big give on May 1st when you decide where you're going to put your dollars and who you're going to support this year. Take a look at the York County 4-H Endowment. Wendy, thank you so much for all the good work you're doing there, and thank you for joining us on a Give Local York Spotlight this morning.
Thank you very much, Gary. We really appreciate the time this morning.
Take care. Wendy Fitzgerald, York County 4-H Endowment. Check it out at givelocalyork.org